That's us, baby!
That's like the Dunning-Kruger effect.
See, is that originals are not that different from the rest of us. They feel fear and doubt. They procrastinate. They have bad ideas. And sometimes it's not in spite of those qualities, but because of them, that they...
Ruslan.
Before we get into that, guys, my name is Ruslan, and this channel exists to encourage you to mastermind your business the master's way. All right, now let's get into the video. The surprising habits of original thinkers.
Finished my senior thesis 4 months before the deadline, and I was proud of that. Until a few years ago, I had a student named Jihei who came to me and said, I have my most creative ideas when I'm procrastinating. And I was like, that's cute. Where are the 4 papers you owe me? No, she was one of our most creative students, and as an organizational psychologist, this is the kind of idea that I test. So I challenged her to get some data. She goes into a bunch of companies. She has people to fill out surveys about how often they procrastinate. Then she gets their bosses to rate how creative and innovative they are. And sure enough, the precrastinators like me who rush in and do everything early are rated as less creative than people who procrastinate moderately.
So that made no sense. Oh, no.
Zach's shocked.
I am.
Because me and Zach are both procrastinators.
Dude, but I also think, is this why we subconsciously schedule our week where we're always late? Like, if you have a short amount of time, there's always that feeling, the urgency that something has to be done or you're running late. And so we're always moving so quick.
Towards the end of the week.
Yeah, we're moving so quick every day because there's so few days that we're actually working.
4 days a week.
There is that feel that if I don't do this right now, it's late.
Yes.
There's a problem. Whereas being like, oh, we have, hey, let's drop this thing in 6 months.
Yeah.
And then we're just slow.
This is he's also you're getting at Parkinson's law,
Yeah.
which is work expands the allotted time you give it. So if you allow 6 hours, it's going to take you 6 hours. If you allow 60 minutes, it's going to take you 60 minutes. Yep.
So I want to know what happens to the chronic procrastinators. She's like, I don't know, they didn't fill out my survey. No, here are our results. You actually do see that the people who wait till the last minute are so busy goofing off that they don't have any new ideas. And on the flip side, the people who race in are in such a frenzy of anxiety that they don't have original thoughts either. There's a sweet spot where originals seem to live.
That's us, baby!
That's like the Dunning-Kruger effect.
That's us!
Why is this? Maybe original people just have bad work habits. Maybe procrastinating does not cause creativity. To find out, we designed some experiments. We asked people to generate new business ideas. And then we get independent raters to evaluate how creative and useful they are. And some of them are asked to do the task right away. Others we randomly assign to procrastinate by dangling Minesweeper in front of them for either 5 or 10 minutes. And sure enough, the moderate procrastinators are 16% more creative than the other 2 groups.
So the people that spent 5 minutes on Minesweeper versus 10 minutes were the people that got enough brain candy to where they actually had a highly creative articles. This is, you know, when something
Man's speaking my life right now.
you know, when you find something that just feels like it validates you as a human,
Yeah.
you know?
Every aspect of you.
Minesweeper is awesome, but it's not the driver of the effect. Because if you play the game first, before you learn about the task, there's no creativity boost. It's only when you're told that you're going to be working on this problem, and then you start procrastinating, but the task is still active in the back of your mind, that you start to incubate. Procrastination gives you time to consider divergent ideas, to think in nonlinear ways, to make unexpected leaps. So just as we were finishing these experiments, I was starting to write a book about originals. And I thought, this is the perfect time to teach myself to procrastinate while writing a chapter on procrastination. So I meta-procrastinated. And like any self-respecting precrastinator, I woke up early the next morning and I made a to-do list with steps on how to procrastinate.
Amazing.
That's awesome.
And then I worked diligently toward my goal of not making progress toward my goal. I started writing the procrastination chapter, and one day I was halfway through, I literally put it away in mid-sentence for months. It was agony. But when I came back to it, I had all sorts of new ideas. As Aaron Sorkin put it, you call it procrastinating, I call it thinking. And along the way, I discovered that a lot of great originals in history were procrastinators. Take Leonardo da Vinci. He toiled on and off for 16 years on the Mona Lisa. He felt like a failure. He wrote as much in his journal. But some of the diversions he took in optics transformed the way that he modeled light and made him into a much better painter. What about Martin Luther King Jr.? But guess what? Originals have lots and lots of bad ideas. Tons of them, in fact. Take the guy who invented this. Do you care that he came up with a talking doll so creepy that it scared not only kids, but adults too? No, you celebrate Thomas Edison for pioneering the light bulb. if you look across fields, the greatest originals are the ones who fail the most, because they're the ones who try the most. Take classical composers, the best of the best. Why do some of them get more pages in encyclopedias than others, and also have their compositions re-recorded more times? One of the best predictors is the sheer volume of compositions that they generate. The more output you churn out, the more variety you get, and the better your chances of stumbling on something truly original.
Come on, bro.
I mean, is this not?
This is also in the Atomic Habits book, where it says there's two classes. So there's two groups in one photography class. One group is told you have to take one perfect picture, and that's their whole semester. The other group is told you got to take 100 pictures for the entire semester. The group that takes 100 pictures, way better pictures, way better photography, way better composition than the group that just had to take one perfect photo. So this is absolutely true. You got to have more compositions. You got to have more at-bats.
How is this played out? This principle played out in your personal life?
Yeah, well, this practically from the very foundations of my morning, which is like read the Bible, even if I don't get a 30-minute devotional where I'm digging into the commentaries and going into my logo software, read something every day. Even if I'm just listening to the Bible audibly, I'm getting something every day. So then it's just more room, right? Just volume and study. And then in terms of working out, just showing up to the gym 6 times a week is better than trying to show up 3 times a week. Just statistically, I'm going to get more done, even if the workout isn't a full hour. And then obviously YouTube.
Yeah, so
right?
in your business.
For YouTube, we get 4 to 5 uploads on the main channel, 4 streams a week on the main channel, and that then breaks down into usually 1 or 2 videos for the Mastermind My Business channel a day, all the way to 2 uploads on Bless God Studios. So we just get more at bats.
Total about 4 to 5 uploads every weekday.
Yeah, 4 to 5 uploads. So just sheer volume allows us to, 1, do more, which gets us better and sees what works, and then 2, allows us more shots at bat. So you just get to go up to the plate more often when you do volume.
Which is really helpful when you have a big vision of maybe you want to shift. Like right now you're like, oh, I want to move the main channel content to feel and look something more like this,
right,
instead of crazy, like insane conspiracy vibes, right? And so it's like you're playing that balance. But if you were to do one of those videos a year, you wouldn't know. Whereas we know, like, okay, the first time we try, it flopped, right? The second time we try, it's probably going to flop. But we're going to try multiple times every single week to a point to where we start to figure out how to actually transition the content. So for people that are watching, it's like it's also practical for transitioning your vision. Is like applying volume in your main thing, also applying volume in your side thing, so that you can figure out how to get to the place you eventually want to go.
Even the 3 icons of classical music, Bach, Beethoven, Mozart, had to generate hundreds and hundreds of compositions to come up with a much smaller number of masterpieces. Now, you may be wondering, how did this guy become great without doing a whole lot? I don't know how Wagner pulled that off. But for most of us, if we want to be more original, we have to generate more ideas. The Warby Parker founders, when they were trying to name their company, they needed something sophisticated, unique, with no negative associations to build a retail brand. And they tested over 2,000 possibilities before they finally put together Warby and Parker. So if you put all this together, what you see is that originals are not that different from the rest of us. They feel fear and doubt. They procrastinate. They have bad ideas. And sometimes it's not in spite of those qualities, but because of them, that they succeed.
Jeez.
So when you see those things,
Because of those qualities, yeah. Go ahead.
don't make the same mistake I did. Don't write them off. And when that's you, don't count yourself out either. Know that being quick to start but slow to finish can boost your creativity. That you can motivate yourself by doubting your ideas and embracing the fear of failing to try. And that you need a lot of bad ideas in order to get a few good ones.
Yeah. The sooner you can get through your bad ideas, the faster you can get to your good ones.
Thank you so much for watching that video. Guys, I believe that one of the best ways you can build a business is by first building a platform online. So Zach Sparazzo put together a free training for you on the #1 metric you can be looking for to explode your YouTube platform. Click the link in the pinned comment below so you can start that now. All right? I'll see you over there. Peace.